Let's take the discussion on markets forward. Niteen Dharmawat is joining us to talk more about markets. Niteen, not to take the conversation forward on a ball by ball kind of a account, broadly the direction of the market from here on, do you think the bottom is in place?
Yeah, first of all, good afternoon, Ajay. It has been a long time we interacted, and thank you
Yes,
for
good to
inviting
have
me
you
on
on
the
the show.
show. So yes, absolutely, we are very positive on the market, and the direction of the market remains positive. We are bullish on the market. Uh, there can be some situations like what we have seen in last couple of days, where the volatility was extremely high. That may come actually, but volatility is a good friend of long-term investors, and they should utilize it for the best. If the direction of the economy, direction of the companies that you are invested in remains positive.
How are you approaching the markets right now? In the big crash of Tuesday, what all did you buy?
Yeah, we bought actually from multiple sectors, and those sectors will remain positive for quite some time now. Uh, this include the companies from private banks, selected public sector units, PSUs, PSU banks, infrastructure, sugar, book publishing companies, metal, chemical, agrochemical, auto ancillary paper. So these are some of the sectors we are bullish on. We bought from these sectors only.
Okay, let's talk about these sectors one by one. Agri-chemicals and chemicals. For indicative purposes, tell us what's in your portfolio. I want to understand the thesis. Do you think the worst is behind us in chemicals and agri-chem?
Uh, See, I'll not be able to name the specific stocks because of the compliance reasons. But what I can tell you is the chemical sector as such was going through a complete pessimism for last couple of quarters. And if you look at the margins, we believe that margins are now getting stabilized. It's a question of now the demand. If that demand comes back, uh, especially from some of the European countries, will have positive momentum coming back in this sector. So from a worst perspective, I think we are very close or we are near the bottom of the worst in this sector.
Okay. Select PSUs. Which PSUs have you got into? Give us the category of PSUs.
Yeah. So it's slightly a tricky question for me to name the companies again. But what I would say is the sectors where we are comfortable from the valuations perspective. So I won't like to go into right now into railway sector or defense sector. They might be doing well or they might continue to do well. But and since we are long-term fundamental investors, I would like to avoid such sectors where the valuation comfort is not there for me, despite some correction that has happened. Actually, the rally was prior to that was also very strong, and the valuations that you see in these sectors is pretty healthy. So I would be little careful in such companies. But other than that, these sectors from the companies from the PSU sectors looks attractive.
Which is your most highest conviction theme right now? And what kind of earnings growth is it likely to have going forward?
Okay, so as I said that multiple sectors I talked about. So from highest conviction perspective, I would say that from pessimism perspective, the chemical and agrochemical sector that I mentioned, then uh, infrastructure is another sector where we'll see many investments coming in. So we have taken positions into some companies from this sector, including the companies which are supporting the water purification, for example. So those kind of companies and sectors they may continue to do well. Road infrastructure is another one where we are very bullish. We believe that a lot of work still need to be done. A lot has been done in the last 10 years, and there is a lot more to be done. So more projects would be coming in. There was some slack in the projects which were coming in last couple of quarters, but I think that is getting over now, and we'll have more projects coming in for infrastructure. So that's another sector. Third is book publishing sector, but unfortunately there are not too many companies in that sector. and NCF will get implemented in years to come. That has already been notified. NEP has already come into 2020. That is new education policy, and new curriculum framework has also been notified last year. Now that will get implemented not from this academic year, from next academic year, but it will have a run up for next 2-3 years. So these are some of the sectors I believe that should do well and will have double digit growth, maybe upward of 15-20% kind of growth.
What category of auto ancillaries do you like?
Mostly, the companies which are, domestic based, mostly domestic based we are looking for right now, not the export oriented, but export oriented can again be looked at if we are finding good from the valuation perspective. But domestic ancillaries, which are maybe, say, for example, ball bearing, if they are supplying ball bearing. So maybe those kind of companies, or maybe they are supplying lighting equipments to the automobile companies, OEMs. So those kind of companies we would be interested in.
Right. All right, Niteen, we'll let you go on that one. Thanks so much for joining us on the show today.
If you like this video, then like, share and subscribe to ET Now.